You're chair of the Oversight Committee. Are you planning to hold any hearings on this subject, on abortion access? And what do you think the next move should be in the House, for example?
Well, we definitely will be holding hearings. It's under discussion. I would think that many committees will be holding hearings on it. We're on a 2-week, what we call a committee work period. I'm having hearings in my district, but we'll be working in our districts. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and I can assure you there will be many discussions, many hearings. But ultimately, we have to elect pro-choice legislators. We have to win at the ballot box. We have to elect people who will fight for women's rights and equality. And we all have to be in it. It's not just the president. He can exercise his executive orders, but we also have to make the changes with the elections.
To your point about everybody's in this, this Friday's ruling really opens up a new host of issues that could make their way to the Supreme Court in the coming years, like abortion travel bans, issues over abortion medication, as you mentioned, the use of personal data in abortion-related prosecutions. How do Democrats right now and the party writ large prepare itself for this long fight? Because, to be honest, this was telegraphed. Republicans didn't pull punches here. You knew, everybody knew what the end game was. And seemingly the Democrats appear flat-footed. What do you, given what lies ahead, how do you prepare for what comes next?
Well, I would say we were not flat-footed. We passed Roe, the codification of Roe, making it the law of the land in the House. We passed it in the House. We brought it to a vote in the Senate. We did not have the votes, and we are taking this out into an election. We have also worked hard with the FDA to remove restrictions on mifepristone. We have legislation in, which I've authored for the right to birth control, access to birth control. There are a number of bills in all directions. But if you don't have the votes, you can't enact it. On the game plan on the ground, I know in New York, our governor has made it a top priority to provide services and help, not only to New Yorkers, but to anyone in the country that wants to come to New York for aid and assistance. And as I can say, there is just a spontaneous outrage all over the country now of speak outs, hearings, demonstrations, marches. So we are fighting back. But ultimately, it's a decision at the ballot box. We have to elect more women to Congress and like-minded men who will go to the front lines and fight for a woman's right to choose, for the Equal Rights Amendment, for all of these efforts that they're trying to push back on the efforts that they're rolling towards us.
Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Next hour, we'll have more on what the reversal of Roe could mean for other rights. I'll speak to Jim Obergefell, the lead plaintiff in the Supreme Court case that legalized same-sex marriage. Coming up, the Justice Department is expanding its investigation into the Republican players who tried to overturn the 2020 election.